Alright, so the way this works is that these blocks are spawned based on the camera position. And so when you move them out of the camera's view, they will despawn. So they're not even there right now. When you come back, they respawn. Alright, so the way that the boulder skip works is you despawn all the blocks, and then before they have a chance to respawn, which is like 1 frame, you have to move the camera back to where they are, basically. So you move the camera off of them just the right amount, and then you put the camera back on really fast. And there's a specific position for each block. So I just got this first one right here, and this top one and this right one don't matter. So you can get by the section without them. So there's actually a position on the camera that the blocks will spawn, and it's actually larger than 1 pixel, but basically the threshold that we're trying to hit is that first little pixel. So when you cross it and you cross back, the block is only off the camera for like 1 frame. And so basically, if it's off for only 1 frame, it despawns it, and then when you move the camera back over, since it is only 1 frame, it doesn't have the time to respawn it, and they don't want to just pop an object in your face for some reason. So it just allows us to despawn the objects. So I can show you I actually have pictures set up already for each block. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so this is the first block. I don't know how you guys can see it. So this is where the camera needs to be to despawn the first block. The reference point I use is this log on the very left side of the screen. You'll notice that the corner of it is slightly obscured, and so I use that, and I try to, gauge, when I'm moving the camera, how do I need to move to get it just right there, and then pull it back. So, just to demonstrate, like, I like to use this one, but you can literally do these from wherever. Like, if you feel more comfortable jumping from the very top, if you feel more comfortable jumping from the very top up here to get any of these, like, it's all preference, because now we understand how to actually do it. So you just want to move the camera just right, and so I like doing it right here because you don't really have to move that much. But maybe a position like this is better for you because you can kind of gauge better when you need to start turning around. So yeah, all I'm doing is watching this log right here, and so when it starts to get close to that point that I know I need to turn the camera around, I turn around. And so the camera is based on momentum, and so I can move, and the camera will have to speed up to start following me, and then it slows down, and so you can kind of like drag the camera around, and it kind of swings. So that's one of the biggest things you need to realize, is that you have to really you're paying attention to the camera more than you are paying attention to your character. Just try not to die when you're looking at the camera and the position of everything. So that was the first block. I've got the second one here, and the reference point I'm using for the second one, it's on the very left side of the screen. I don't know if I can't get my mouse to show up because I'm showing a picture. That's kind of lame. Maybe I can, no, I don't know how to set up like a transparent screen region. That'd be pretty cool though. So the reference point I'm using is actually on the very left side of the screen. You'll see this scaffold. Hold on, I'll turn off this picture real quick. This scaffold right here. So basically, I'm looking at this corner. So there's a corner. So there's this shade where the brown is lighter, and then there's a shade where it's darker. Right here, it's it's basically right at the very edge. So you're going to be wanting to watch this edge right here as you try to scroll the camera right here. So let's do that. And actually, this is pretty much the only block you can despawn by just walking. So I think that was it. No, not quite. Maybe a little bit more. No. Yeah, I'm not very good at just walking and doing it. But yeah, you can just walk and despawn that one. The setup for that one is like just using the bottom step there isn't really that good. You know, you'll probably find more consistency using that second step. Yeah, I just got it again. You know, you just want to try to get the edge of the screen to hit this corner right here. You know, and you know, maybe you'll find a better reference point. I have all these pictures uploaded in the SDA thread if you want to check those out and get a better look at them. I know this is like not very high res, and I bet stream quality is ass. So that was the second one. All right, so the third one. This is the third camera that you need to hit for the third block. The reference point I use is again the scaffold, but up higher. You see that the very edge of that light portion is exposed. So I'm looking like right here, right at this edge, and so I'm trying to get the camera to hit right here and then turn it back around. And of course I'm bad at it right now. Alright, there we go. So, you know. Okay, and now for the final block. Alright, this is the final position. I kind of don't have a really good reference point. The best I can do is the crate at the very top, on top of the scaffold, or whatever that is. Yeah, I mean, whatever is best for you. You might find a better reference point. You know, I'm just using what I feel comfortable with. So it doesn't matter what you use as a reference point. It just matters that you can tell you know this is where I want the camera to be based on something on the screen, because otherwise this trick is really inconsistent. Okay, so like I said, I'm using this box on top. So this box right here, I'm using this. Basically, I'm looking to see if the X is completely covered up. This X right here. And so basically, that's as good of a reference point as I have. I'm sure there's a better one, and I'm just dumb, but you know that's what I'm using. So let's despawn that block. Yeah, and that one isn't even perfect, but you know I got it pretty quick, so you know I guess I'm doing something right, or I'm lucky. All right, so now you despawn all the blocks, and you should know the rest of the trick. Yeah, Mass Hysteria. You know, whatever you're comfortable with. And you know, this is the cool part. Or you could skip a room. Yeah, Tomrek. It's basically just learning to find your reference points and being able to hit those reference points. It basically just comes down to practicing it and getting it down. Ideally, you'd be hitting it in like 15 seconds, but realistically, we can like expect like 35 seconds for now, and you know, eventually when we get really good at it, maybe it'll be 15 seconds. You know, I don't think we're ever gonna start hitting like 5-10 second boulder skips, but that'd be really sweet. So, I mean, it's just something to work on. you know, just work on it. You know, it's really difficult, and it only saves like 50 seconds if you can do it really well. So it's not like a run breaker if you just want to be doing well. But you know, if you want to employ those best strats, you know, you have to get good at this trick because it's not like the moon skip, which is ridiculously easy.